The integration will also be connecting to Autotask to get the list of your accounts and contacts, so you can create the quotations for these accounts without having to import all of them into Stuck in the Channel. So I'll be showing all this today. And at the end, we'll host a quick Q&A to see if you have any questions about the integrations. So let's start. First of all, to connect your Stuck in the Channel account to Autotask, you will have to have access to the quotations package within Stuck in the Channel. So once you have that, you'll get a new menu on the top of the website, which gets you access to the quotes area, your companies and customers area as well. I created a simple test account and created a couple of companies in here just for the demo purposes. So you have some basic details in here. So the first step is how to connect your Stuck in the Channel account to your Autotask account. Again, I created a simple Autotask account. We have a couple accounts and contacts in here as well, which we'll be using during this demo. In Stuck in the Channel, we will have a link to connect your Autotask account. We'll actually add this to the chat, and I'll also send it off at the end of this demo. And here you can enter your Autotask credentials, which will connect to the Autotask API, get details about your account, and link that to your Stuck in the Channel account. As part of the connection, you'll have to enter a couple of the basic settings, specifically the default stage of a new opportunity when that is created. So we'll just check that as new lead. The default product allocation code. So in Autotask, you'll need to create product categories, and you need to specify which category new products will be added to. So we'll go with hardware, since I'm guessing most products will be marked as hardware. We'll choose the default tax category for the products and also the different shipping type. If you're not quite familiar with Autotask, you can go to your admin account inside Autotask, go to Features and Settings, and you can find the details of your tax regions and categories to create the tax category that is linked in Stuck in the Channel. And also you'll need to go to the products area, product categories, and this is where you can create the categories where the products will be created in. Once we have these configured, we click Save, and this should activate the integration. So the next step is actually to create a quotation and then export that to Autotask. We have an account which has access to some prices from a couple of distributors. So we'll go ahead and search for some products. Let's create a new basket. And then add these products to the basket. Now, usually you would have an account in Stuck in the Channel which has a couple companies in there, and you can create these quotations for these customers. So, for example, we have a couple companies in here, Del Champs and Grade A Investment, and a couple of customers in here. So what we can do is we go to customers, find the customer that we're interested in, and then that assigns it to this basket. We can then take the basket, make some adjustments what we want. So add a markup to increase the prices, that says the prices for these products. Change the quantities wherever you want to source them. and so on. Once we're ready, we then go ahead and convert that basket to a quote by pressing the quote button in the basket screen. That creates this quote in here. So far, this is standard stock and channel functionality. The new functionality added during this beta is integration with external systems right here. So as you can see, we have linked our stock and channel account with Autotask, which adds this new area in here. It displays Autotask as one of the available systems. And currently, this quotation is not linked to Autotask. So what we can do is go ahead and press the sync button. Now, to show you what's going on in here, we have a customer from a company called Delchamps. But if I go to Autotask and go to Accounts, we do not have Delchamps in here. So that's the first thing that the integration was going to do, is going to check, do we have this company in Autotask? If you do not, it's going to give you an option to create that as a new customer in Autotask. And then once that is done, it's going to go ahead and upload this quotation to Autotask. So if I go to Autotask right now and go search, this adds a new entry in the accounts area and in Autotask. And in stock and channel, it creates a new quotation. It uploads the quotation to Autotask and comes back with the quotation ID. So if I go to Autotask and go to quotes, I can see the new quotation created. You can go ahead and view it, and these details are basically brought in from stock in the channel. Actually show this side by side. As you can see, these are the products that are brought in. So far, so good. Let's go ahead and see what else we can do with the integration. One of the main or important parts about the integration is we have to keep these details synchronized between stock and channel and Autotask. So for example, if you want to create a revision of the quotation, we can go ahead and click Edit. That brings us back to the basket screen, which says this is we're creating a revision for our quotation. We can go ahead and make some changes, change quantities, add new products or remove the existing ones, change the pricing, whatever is needed. Once we're done, we'll go ahead and click Save Revision. That creates a new revision for our quotation. We can actually see the list of revisions on the quotation screen, there we go. So we have revision number 2. We can go back at any point in time and check the previous revisions. So this switch in here was originally just 1 here, and now we'll change that to 3. When we create a new revision for a quotation, that also uploads that quotation to Autotask, as long as it was previously linked. In Autotask, each quotation has to have an opportunity assigned to that. So what we're doing, we're creating a new revision within the same opportunity. So if I go to opportunities, you can see there's this opportunity created previously, and if I go inside, we'll be able to see multiple quotations. I can open the primary quotation, which is the newly generated second revision. As you can see, it's 0-2. We can always go and preview previous quotation as well, as you'd expect in Autotask. One of the benefits of the integration is some companies would like to add extra items to their opportunities, to their quotations, add some services or any other extra charges, and this is what you can do right here in Autotask. So once you're viewing an opportunity, we're going to go add a service charge. And say we're going to do backup GR. Going to add a price. Save and close. that updates the quotation in here and adds extra items in here. The other thing that we want to keep synchronized is the details about our customers and accounts. So if we look at this customer, for example, we can change any of the details, and we keep some of these details synchronized with Autotask. So if I go ahead in here and, oh dear, and change the telephone, and go, where's that? Go carry. Telephone number, and update this. That should update these details and push them to Autotask. As you can see in the customers area and in the company area, you'll also see this new area, new box with details about external integrations. Since we created the quotation for this customer, as part of uploading that to Autotask, it has synchronized and linked it to an entry in Autotask. So you can see the contact ID from Autotask displayed on this page. But the other nice thing is if I go to contacts right now and look for Luca Carey, we'll be able to see that the telephone number has now been updated from stuck in a channel. The integration works both ways. So if I go and change details in Autotask and add any other details in here, we can bring those back to stuck in the channel. There's no current way of getting information about updates from Autotask. There's no way to get the data updated from Autotask into stuck in a channel in a live manner. We're running a synchronization process that does check for that every roughly 15 minutes. But it can always just go and review the details. If I try to edit the account while there's been a change in Autotask, for example, it's actually going to show me a message saying that the content has been updated and we've got the extension details brought in from the external system. I don't actually have to edit that because if I just wait for about 15 minutes or less, that will actually bring the details in here automatically. Same about the company details. So if I go to the company, and we can change account number, telephone, a couple of basic details, which will also synchronize that to Autotask in a similar manner. So far is good. We have created a new quotation for a customer that has been stuck in the channel. But the nice thing is that we can do the similar thing for contacts or customers that are not in stuck in the channel but that are present in Autotask. For example, if I go to Autotask, we have a couple companies in here. For example, Grade A Investment and Belair Foods, which are not currently in stuck in the channel. So what we can do, I can actually show this. If we go to companies, we can see Grade A Investment and Delchance, but no Belair Foods. What I actually have done is I created a company called Grade A Investment in both Autotask and stuck in the channel, but they have different contacts. So if I go to, close all these, go to customers in here, I can see there's Luca and Sean from Delchamps and Grey Investment. So I have Sean from Grey Investment in here, but we have Kaylee from Grey Investment in Autotask. We'll start with Belair Foods to give an example. So we're going to go ahead and do another search. I'm going to create a new basket. I'm going to add some products. Go to the basket and go add. So what we can do is search for a company name that is not in stuck in channel but is present in Autotask. We can see a new record appearing in here, and instead of the select button that we see if we search for someone that's in stuck in the channel, like so, we see a small tag saying that this is an account that can be imported from Autotask. It's not currently in Stuck in the Channel. So if we could press the import button, this is going to try to import that into Stuck in the Channel and then assign that to this basket. So if I go to companies again, you'll be able to see that it has been updated and we now have Billiard Foods imported in Stuck in the Channel and synchronized. So if I go inside, we can see that's linked to this account in here. We can go ahead and create a quotation for that and then upload that to Autotask like that. This time it didn't show anything about checking and uploading the customer to Autotask, because in this case this customer was already imported from Autotask. It's already linked to Autotask, in which case the process was a lot simpler and very straightforward. And if we go to Autotask and go to quotes, we will see a new quotation called one test for Billiard Foods. Sometimes you'll have an account created in Stuck in the Channel and also created in Autotask separately. So you have this account added on separate occasions to both sides. We can handle that as well. So if I go and search for some new products, again, create a new basket, give it a name. Populate the basket with some products. So like I previously mentioned, we have a company created on both Autotask and Stuck in the Channel. The company in question is Grade A Investment. And if I go to the basket in Stuck in the Channel and go to add a customer and type in Grade, we can see two records created. Listed in here, we have two contacts from Grade A Investment for Sean and Kaylee. One of them is already in Stuck in the Channel. One of them can be imported from Autotask. We can pick any of those, it doesn't matter. And that works fine. Or we can go and go Grade A and import the one from Autotask. I'm going to go ahead and select Sean for now. Go create a code for that. Now, when I'm going to be synchronizing that with Autotask, what we want to happen is we want this company to be linked to the Grade A Investment account in Autotask instead of creating a second company in there. So when I go to sync, it again goes and says, we haven't had that account and company synchronized with Autotask. What do you want to do? We can either create a new account in Autotask, or we can link that account with the Grade A Investment account that we just found in Autotask previously. So if I go ahead and click link, this is going to link Grade A Investment to the entry in Autotask, and then asks, do we want to link this Sean Tomlinson to a contact within this company in Autotask or create a new one? Currently, Grade A Investment, if I go inside Autotask, contacts, only has one contact, and that is not Sean, in which case we're going to create a new customer user or contact in Autotask to upload this quotation. What this means is if I go back and open Grade A Investment and go to contacts, we now have Sean linked as expected. We also have this quotation created for him for Grade A Investment. In a similar manner, if we were on the basket screen and we were to try to import the other account, the other contact, Kaylee, that would just import that and link it to Grade A Investment. So if I go to customers, we can see both Kaylee and Sean from Grade A Investment imported in Stuck in the Channel. At this point, both of them are linked to Autotask, and the company is also linked to Autotask. So if I go to Boini, Kaylee, or Sean D's details, you can see they're both linked to Autotask, which means if we make any changes to the core details, the name, the telephone details, the email, these will be synchronized between Stock and Channel and Autotask to make sure that the accounts are linked and updated. The final stage in a quotation is to decide whether the quotation is won or lost. That can be easily done in Stock and Channel, so we can either take a quote and mark it as lost. What this will do, this will go to Autotask if the quotation has been linked to Autotask, and also mark it as closed in there. So if I go to quotes in here, quotation number 1 has disappeared from the list, and the same way I go to opportunities, and it's not in the list anymore. It's also marked as lost in Stock in the Channel. In a similar manner, I can go and mark it as 1. So if I go mark it as 1, and go to Autotask, that opportunity was also removed from this list. And same with the quotation. The only one we left in here is quotation number 0 with both revisions, which if I go to quotes in here, is the only one that is left open and still synchronized with Autotask. For the most part, this is the main functionality currently provided by the integration between Stock in the Channel and Autotask. We're currently working on this integration, and we would love to see some feedback and some use cases that our customers would have while using the integration and while using these systems, which is why we're opening the beta testing right now and inviting you to try it out and give us feedback. Please tell us how you work with the integration, how you work with Autotask, if that fits in your workflow, and if you have any issues, we'd definitely love to hear them and fix them before it's go live for production. If you have any questions, you can ask them. I believe there's a questions area in the webinar. For the people that will be watching this recording later on, there's been some questions in the list. So Adam has asked if it's possible for the recording to be sent to be viewed after the presentation. And yes, we're currently recording this webinar and planning to upload to our YouTube channel. We have a question: if you want to add services to the quotation, do we do this in Autotask itself? Yes. So currently, Stock in the Channel doesn't quite have an option to add extra services to the quotation. So the plan is you add the products that are available to your account in Stock in the Channel to the quotation, export it to Autotask, and then you can add services in Autotask. A question: if the lost opportunity has been deleted or marked as lost. Very good question. No, it has not been deleted. It should still be visible inside this interface. As you can see, the list of opportunities displays 3. Great investment. Yeah, so as you can see, I just opened grade A investment. I went to the opportunities for grade A investment, and we can still see the opportunity in the list, even if it has been lost or closed as it's marked in Autotask. Yes. Abigail is asking, why does it show the status as implemented? That's because I opened the quotation for grade A investment, which was 1. If I go back to Failure Foods and go to opportunities in here, status is marked as lost. Right, so we don't have any more questions right now in the webinar, so thank you very much for joining us today. Please go ahead and try out the integration for yourselves. The link has been added to the chat. And please give us your feedback. Thank you very much.